Hello everyone, my name is Asif Javed and our topic is data marts and virtual warehouse in subject of data warehousing and data mining. Data mart. A data mart contains a subset of corporate wide data that is of value to a specific group of users. The scope is confined to specific selected subjects. For example, a marketing data mart may confine its subjects to customer, item, and sales. The data contained in data marts tend to be summarized. Data marts are usually implemented on low cost departmental servers that are Linux or Unix or Windows based. The implementation cycle of a data mart is more likely to be measured in weeks rather than months or years. However, it may involve complex integration in the long run if its design and planning were not enterprise wide. Depending on the source of the data marts can be categorized as independent or dependent. Independent data marts are sourced from data captured from one or more operational system or external information providers, or from data generated locally within a particular department or geographic area. Dependent data marts are sourced directly from enterprise data warehouses. This is a picture of data marts. Organizations build data warehouse and data marts because the information in the database is not organized in a way that makes it readily accessible, requiring queries that are too complicated and it's very difficult to access or resource consuming. While transactional databases are designed to be updated, data warehouses or marts are read-only. Data warehouses are designed to access large groups of related records. Data marts improve end user response time by allowing users to have access to the specific type of data they need to view, most often by providing the data in a way that supports the collective view of a group of users. A data mart is basically a condensed and more focused version of a data warehouse that reflects regulation and process specification of each business unit within an organization. Each data mart is dedicated to a specific business function or region. Implementing a data mart. Implementing a data mart includes the concepts of design, build, data transfer, and data access. Design. Before creating a data mart, you need a solid design. The basic design steps for a data mart include the following: requirements gathering. Both technical and business requirements need to be captured and documented. Identify the data sources. Determine the subset of data. Will you bring in all employee information or a subset of the information? Design the physical and logical layout of the data mart. Logical layout means the database schema. This is the table and fields should match what is in the larger warehouse. Build. Once the design is set, you can start to build the data mart. You will need to create the tables, fields, indexes, and access controls in the data mart. Data transfer. How do you populate the mart? This is an important step because the data needs to get to the data mart and it needs to be correct. It is easier if you have created the same structure in both warehouse and mart. For example, the employee data transfer setup could look like the following table: fields from the warehouse and the mart are detailed. Data warehouse, employee ID, SSN, first name, last name, MI, rate of pay, status. Data mart, employee ID, last 4 SSN, last name plus first name plus MI, hard coded. First 3 characters of status value. Note how some fields are little different even though we have the same data. Sometimes we need to scrub it or tweak it for maybe just make it user friendly. The data mart is great tool for this. You will also need to determine a frequency of transferring data. It can be any time interval such as daily or weekly. Also, data is typically overwritten each time so that the data in the mart and warehouse is clean. Data access. This is where it all comes together. Now that we designed the structure, built the mart, and generated a data transfer protocol, we can start using the data. Some powerful tool you can develop to further boost end user productivity. Create a layer between the end user and the mart, which translates database names into business terms. Set up database structures, maintain interface. GUI is needed, which easily takes request of user and display germane results. Managing. This is the last step in implementing DataMart. It includes all the management tasks to manage DataMart for long-term use. Managing includes the following: maintaining recovery of data in case system fails, adding and deleting data into DataMart. Procedure to access data from DataMart should be optimized or enhanced performance. Virtual warehouse. A virtual warehouse is a set of views over operational databases for efficient query processing. Only some of the possible summary views may be materialized. A virtual warehouse is easy to build but requires access capacity on operational database servers. What are the pros and cons of the top-down and bottom-up approaches to the data warehouse development? The top-down development of an enterprise warehouse serves as a systematic solution and minimizes integration problems. However, it is expensive, takes a long time to develop, and lacks flexibility due to the difficulty in achieving consistency and consciousness for a common data model for the entire organization. The bottom-up approach to design, development, and deployment of independent data marts provides flexibility, low cost, and rapid return of investment. It, however, can lead to problems when integrating various disparate data marts into a consisting enterprise data warehouse. According to the Science Direct, a virtual warehouse is a state of real-time global visibility of logistic assets such as inventory and vehicles. Simply put, it is a software that provides a comprehensive views of assets and material for logistics and fulfillment purposes. This allows inventory to be stored anywhere in the world so it can be distributed on an as needed basis. Virtual warehouse solutions are also often used to reserve units of inventory for a particular purpose. Virtual warehousing has become increasingly important for retailers in all niches and industries for a number of reasons. The warehouse are used by many business to fulfill and ship customer orders more quickly. With the rise of fast shipping, especially from globally popular business like Amazon, virtual warehouses are built but a necessity to stay competitive, particularly for e-commerce businesses. When used to reserve units, the virtual warehouse is customized to achieve certain goals. For example, a virtual warehouse is customized to identify which stock to reserve and which stock to keep flowing through the system. When customized correctly, a virtual warehouse can reserve, store, and allocate inventory more than one channel at a time, making it a valuable tool that can refine efficiency throughout your entire supply network. This refined efficiency increases profit margins by using business data to set up less expensive ways to meet customer demands. When paired with an enterprise resources planning solution, omnichannel planning makes it simple to automate back office functions. For companies in the apparel industry, this allows them to leverage integrated applications, including warehousing and electronic data interchange for multiple purposes. The right virtual warehousing solution can help a company use its historical point of scale data along its robust forecasting to minimize stockouts and achieve greater demand optimization. You can even use tools that work together to activate cluster planning. Benefits of virtual warehousing. Three of the most notable benefits of virtual warehousing include faster fulfillment of customer orders, reserve or slash or store inventory in a more cost efficient manner, share real time data about inventory with other users. Challenges that you will likely face when you choosing integrating and use virtual data warehousing may include pinpoint decision support modules, choosing the right inventory configuration, finding the best storage location for your inventory, dealing the sudden cost of transferring inventory between location or order fulfillment. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.